So today is the 4th of February 2024, Sunday today. Just thought I'd do a quick little update of the weekend essentially. So it's been alright. Yesterday I slacked off a bit. I was just shattered. I had training in the morning and yeah, it was heavy stuff. I was doing a lot of closer contact sparring, so closing the distance and being in the pocket more and sort of how to use your structure in your lats and everything to be more solid and have control over the other person. So yeah, I love it, but it was super tiring yesterday. And then in terms of work, I've slacked off a little bit. I can't lie. I think I just needed a break because last week was just fucking crazy. So I've just read my book. I've done some stuff for my clients that they wanted me to do in terms of scripting and some advice and just messaging them. And then, yeah, so I finished this book. This is my fifth book of the... Is it the fifth book? Yeah, I think this is my fifth book of the year done. So we're in week 5, so fifth book done, which is good. And it's sort of like good timing because it comes when I've got the adverts needing to write. So it gave me some good tips and it was good to sort of help with my marketing message for the coaches that I've got as clients to sort of have some pointers. Yeah, good book, definitely recommend if you're writing your ads and own ads and stuff like that. Solid book. Done legs today, and yeah, I guess there's 2 things I want to talk about really. So the first one is the channel so far. So 4th of Feb at the moment. I'm currently, the last post I've done is the 20th of September. So I'm in September, so I'm a couple months behind now. I've nearly caught up, but I just think it's quite cool sort of how well it's doing so far. I'm quite shocked at how well it's doing pretty much. So currently I'm on 12 subscribers, 641 views, and people have spent 6.3 hours watching me. If you can see that there with that reflection, which I think is mad anyway. People have spent 6 hours watching me, which is crazy. I just think it's quite cool to sort of have that engagement and show people sort of connecting with it a little bit. Otherwise, I guess they wouldn't be watching it really, would they? So yeah, so it's doing decent. Again, it's just a day by day posting, building it up and helping people. And obviously, as I said now, from where I am now to sort of as it goes, the stuff I'm posting is more advice based, and so I think people are going to connect with it more. But yeah, I'm just going to keep up with that daily upload. And the only other thing I wanted to talk about was, so yesterday I went out, right, because, so as I mentioned in one of my earlier updates, a really good friend of mine, one of my best mates, his mum unfortunately passed away around in August. And so they organised a charity event for her yesterday to sort of raise money for cancer and to help. Half the money was going to cancer, half the money was going to my friend to sort of help him financially because he's on his own now. His dad's not really on the scene, so he's in a tough spot. But I was sort of in the venue and he was doing his speech and you could see all the pictures of his mum on the wall, and it's just sort of like a kick up the arse again. Don't get me wrong, I'm already in gear, I'm already moving, but it sort of just reminded me, just don't fucking stop. I'm in such a privileged position. I've got a good supportive family. I've got my own business. I've got good friends around me. And I don't have that crazy stuff going on. I've got past my grief, and all the deaths have sort of gone past me for now. So I'm in such an amazing spot where I can really pursue this and do what I want to do with my life. And it just made me sort of realise how grateful I am for the spot that I'm in, and that I need to sort of carry on pursuing what I'm doing with the same work ethic, with the same drive and determination, and never to stop. Because guys like him, he's been dealt the worst cards and he's in such a shit position that like he couldn't do what I'm doing because he's got to work for. Well, he could, but it would be a million times harder because he's paying for a house, he's paying rent, he's paying for his sister, he's paying for a car. Like he's got too much stuff going on. So I just wanted to say, like, if you're in a position where you can do something like this and you've got a good setup behind you, you've got a good support system, make the most of it. Don't don't take what you've got for granted. Like you're in the perfect, amazing position to change your life and change the people's lives around you. Don't be fucking lazy and don't take what you've got for granted because you don't know how long it's going to be there. So if you're in a position like me where you've got a good support system and you're able to sort of make the most of the hours you've got in the day, then do it. Don't sit on an opportunity and let it fly by. But it just sort of like reminded me like stay on it, stay on the ball, keep going, keep pushing, and it sort of put into perspective my worries and my troubles for the week. Like I've been panicking about delivering clients results, delivering, or like how am I going to scale it again, jumping ahead like usual. But like sort of it was stressing me out a bit, and it put it into perspective. Like just shut the fuck up, just get on with it. Like you're in a perfect position. You've got a job that pays you to build your own business. You've got your own business. You started picking up clients. You've got a good family. You've got a mentor. You've got money in the bank to be able to run this from the job. Like I can't complain, and I've got to stay on it. And in a way, I sort of needed that just to sort of, because you end up in a bit of a bubble doing this, right? I'm on my own a lot of the time, and it's just me. It's just me with me. I talk to my clients, I talk to my parents, but you end up in a little bit of a bubble, sort of, with this whole situation, trying to make it work for yourself, if that makes sense. And you sort of just sometimes need to take a step out of that and look at the bigger picture and look at what's really going on around you to realize you're stressing about people not signing up, or you're stressing about failing another or not closing another sales call, or you're stressing about client results. It doesn't really, like, okay, of course it matters, it's your business, but in perspective, care about it. But what I'm saying is just put your problems into perspective, and I feel like you'll be a lot calmer about your problems, if that makes sense. When you're thinking about, yeah, like me, for example, thinking about, I need to make sure I get the results, and acting like it's going to be the end of the world if I don't. In perspective, if it doesn't go well, like really what's going to happen? It's a free trial. They'll lose a couple quid, which really is pennies to them, a lot of them, and they'll just move on and they'll forget about it 3 weeks, 4 weeks after. So just put your stuff into perspective, and I just say just make the most of what you've got. I feel like anyway, if you're in a fucking third world country like America or England, or not first world country, sorry, like America or England or Canada or Australia or wherever you are, or if you're in a place like you, if you've got a connection to Wi-Fi and you've got a device that can connect to it, like make the most of what you've got. Don't just sit there fucking drinking and sucking on vapes that are made with chemicals that God knows what's fucking in it. But like I don't know. I think people just disregard like the position that they're in and what they've got and the life they live and what they can do with it. Don't just let life happen to you. Make life happen. Do you know what I mean? Don't just let life drive by and take you with it. People in such good positions, and they just don't understand what they could do with that position. So really, I guess the guys that would be, whoever's watching this now anyway, would be sort of in that mindset of making something of their life. But what I would say is just don't take what you've got for granted, and work hard constantly every day towards it, and you'll do whatever you set out to do. If you truly believe in yourself and you work endlessly hard until you make it and you refuse to give up, you will do what you say you're going to do. So keep working, keep grinding, and yeah, that's my update for the day.